It is to thank the honorable members of parliament who have met us this morning. I am very, very grateful to you, Honorable Gashawa, Honorable Wanga, and the team for showing leadership because we've seen cases where some people want to incite border operators against the police and against the government, or take advantage of the law enforcement process to create cheap and petty populist opportunities that would very easily interrupt our critical sector such as the one we are talking about. I am so grateful to you for showing leadership, and I second my colleague CS Masharia's position that we will remain consultative and we will continuously engage to ensure that whatever reforms we are implementing bring all of us together and not divide us as a country, as it were. We will walk the talk. We will do what we have all agreed we are going to do here. All I would like to emphasize is that we are in the festive season. We have asked our friend, the Inspector General, and the team not to relent. We are going to remain as focused as we have been to ensure that Kenyans are safe and secure. And take advantage of this opportunity to say that we are a country that is managed by a rule of law. Some of the things that have happened, we have seen both in the transport sector and elsewhere, are sometimes saddening, but I would like to insist that we will continue to ensure that the law is followed. That all of us abide by the law. The changes that we have made, we agree to all of them. So we are part of that team, and we will live according to the agreement we have all reached here. Police across the country are effectively going to be briefed in the next 30 minutes by the Inspector General. The entire command across the country will be briefed on the decisions we have made here and how we have agreed we are going to proceed. The task force on border continues its work. When they are ready, they will present the report to all of us here as a team, a consultative team, including members of parliament and ourselves. We will look at the report together and look at what requires statutory action, what requires policy action, and what requires enforcement action. Then we will move to the next level of the convention and meet everyone. Then we create an operational environment for border and other transport sector players that enables them to earn a decent living, enables them to operate and live safely, and enables them to be happy with what they are doing. The focus of government really is to ensure that we support business, and that's why we are doing what we are doing. So I'm so grateful to the honorable members for showing leadership, for the consultative work that we have done so far, and now let us stay the course as we move forward. I know that someone is going to ask me to comment on two things, so let me comment on them before you ask me. One are the incidents we have seen in Narok and in Marsabit. In cases where we have challenges such as we had in Trans Nzoia, we have nothing to hide as government and the security sector. All of our colleagues, including in the police force, operate under very well established standing orders. The standing orders prescribe the extent to which you can use, live ammunition. I am happy that we are all agreed, the Inspector General, myself, and our colleagues at IPOA will investigate these incidents, and where culpability is established, the law will take its course. In the case of Narok, I reiterate again the position that has been stated by government. Unless we are satisfied that on that part of the border there's going to be a level of peace, we will maintain the dusk to dawn curfew for the time being to ensure that we limit movement and interaction for the time being. But I want to encourage our leaders, especially the political leaders. I have never understood the sense of inciting ordinary people to fight on matters that we can resolve very easily, because we have so many structures that can resolve whatever issues that we have. But in environments where people are not willing to obey the law, that is why law enforcement agencies are there. We will do our work without fear or favor, and we will act as we are expected to according to the law. We are investigating cases of involvement of some political leaders, and we will go the direction the investigations point us, regardless of who is in that direction, as far as this is concerned. The sad incident that happened in Marsabit, I am happy that we have now apprehended the principal actors. You cannot kill a chief in that wanton, cold-blooded way it was done in Marsabit. I said this in Nyeri, when a chief was killed in Nyeri by criminals, that if you challenge government, by committing crime in such a blatant manner to the point of actually targeting public sector officials, you have invited us to do our work, and we will do it for sure. And that, in that case of Marsabit, our security team is on the ground. We moved RDU and a platoon of GSU to the ground. We will do our work in that area. We will follow the perpetrators of that act to the end of the earth until we apprehend all of them and bring them to justice, as it were. We cannot allow that kind of lawlessness to prevail in our society. None of us is above the law. I am not. And I don't think anyone is above the law. Let's live by the law. Lastly, I was debating whether I should say this, but let me say it anyway, since we are here. I have seen some comments this morning about police uniform. You know, there's very shameful things that happen in our country that sometimes you don't know what to do with. But let me put this to rest once and for all. We have no problem providing our police with uniforms. We have actually paid for the new uniforms, and the new uniforms are being done. I asked the principal secretary in charge of the State Department of Interior, Dr. Kibicho, who chairs the technical team on the police reforms, to move around the country and look at the capacities we have in our factories, in our textile sector. He has visited Rivertex in Eldoret. He was in Nakuru yesterday. We have gone even to the EBZ zone. What is happening here, and I will speak about it bluntly, and let me make this revelation to you. The Inspector General, the PSI, and myself have been under pressure by some quangles and all manner of spiefs that we should import police uniform. Listen to me very carefully. We will not import police uniform. Go and write another 10 headlines. We will not import police uniform from any country. We have to promote the local textile industry. Buy Kenya, build Kenya. How are we going to support our cotton farmers? How are we going to support our manufacturers and create jobs in our country? You know, this monkey business that has been going on for a period of time, we go to some shadowy corners and agree to import police uniform from some places and create excuses that isn't it simply outrageous that someone is saying we don't have material in Kenya with the kind of textile sector that we have? So why would the government put budget resources to revive Rivertex and provide jobs in Eldoret? Then we proceed like fools the following day to import police uniforms from Turkey or from China or from wherever. We have already paid. We are making uniform for our police. And take it to the bank from me. We will not import uniform. No amount of pressure, manipulation, or anything will change that position. That style of life has come to an end in Kenya. It has come to an end, and no one is going to live that way. Our uniforms will be made. We have 600 tailors at NYS and huge teams at NYS that are working on this. We'll make the uniforms for our forces in Kenya, create jobs for our people in Kenya, allow manufacturers in Kenya to supply government agencies. Sasa wewe na wakora wako mahali mlikubaliana mtanunua uniform, utaenda uwaeleze hivi, hatutanunua uniform kutoka kwingine. It's as simple as that, and you can write as many headlines as you want. We will not change that position. Na tuwache kudanganyana hapa. Hii ujeuri must come to an end in this country. Hii sasa unaenda huko. We will not do this kind of silly things that people have done over the years and try to mess up our country. We will ensure that everything that we need, that we can get in the country, we get it here. That is how we grow our industry. That is how we support our cotton farmers. That's how we support the manufacturing sector. The private sector understands what we are doing. Our president has been firm on this and has been speaking about this. So we can't live any other way. So if you thought that the headline is going to change our mind, now you know. Don't bother. Or if you want, you can go and do another 10 headlines, but we are not importing uniform. Thank you. Not today.
We will not be taking questions today. I am happy to organize any other.